Hi, Lou Manzo here with you again on Wednesday, April 8th. And coming back to you today to give you a little bit of an update and also have a special guest in just a few minutes. On the update side, I want to start by just saying I hope that things are going well inside the four walls of your home with the whole social distancing and stay-at-home order. I know this is difficult. We have to stick to it a little bit longer. This is a crucial time for that. And I keep harping on that message, but I hope that that's going well for you at this point. Also want to provide you with a couple reminders today, Wednesday, April 8th. We announced yesterday that the county did establish the drive-in test center, which is located at Rowan College in South Jersey at 1400 Tanyard Road. It is a one-day event today only for now. Subsequent dates will be announced and we will convey them to you, hopefully with a little bit of notice based on when we receive that information. This is strictly determined by the number of test kits that are available for testing in this local area. And since that capability is ramping up on a daily basis as we speak, we do expect that there will be multiple subsequent days coming in short order. And again, we will convey that to you as soon as we have that information. Staying on the topic of interconnectivity with the county and other government levels, we continue to have our phone calls with the county leadership. They're not daily now, they're every other or second or third day, depending on updates that are needed. But it has been a great connective process with both the county and the state through this entire scenario. We have calls with the governor's office, which have usually been weekly. The fact is, though, that the governor's aide that is assigned to our township is responding to me all hours of the night. I wake up and there'll be a 2 or 3 a.m. email response to him to a question I pose. So again, that connectivity is good and is important for you to know that we're working well together. In addition to that, we worked very well with the Gloucester County Department of Economic Development and Tom Bianco overseeing that. They're doing a great job making sure that they convey everything to us as far as the fiscal aspect and economic aspect of what we need to convey to you. And I know that I've referred more than one of you to him directly, to that office directly, for help with things as simple as filing for unemployment or more information on the Small Business Administration loan process. Again, that's been working very well. Pleased to report that. I also, want to point out that, and you probably have noticed, that we have made a concerted effort to both acknowledge and recognize and support our healthcare workers that are on the front line of this crisis. Our digital signs are out with positive messages supporting them. We, as of yesterday, you saw maybe in my update, and we'll continue to harp on that, including right now, the fact that we rolled out a new initiative called Heroes in the Hill. And that is a link that you can connect to where you can have your children draw pictures and send messages or cards of support and thank you to our healthcare workers that will be uploaded onto a Pinterest page that will be created. And soon I'm going to be telling you about and sending you links in my updates so that you can connect to that and see some of the inspirational artwork and words from the children of Mullica Hill, which I know that's what it's going to be. So again, that is all about making sure that our healthcare workers, the front line, soldiers in this battle, understand how much we think of what they're doing, how appreciative we are, and how supportive we are. So that's a big deal. As I said, we were going to have a guest today, and somebody that you'll recognize. Our guest today is Committeewoman Julie DeLaurentis. Welcome, Julie. How are you?
Hi, Lou. Good to see you. I'm great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, Julie and I are talking a lot and texting a lot, just like the other committee members on a daily basis, seeing each other on occasion, but we have not been in each other's presence physically for weeks at this point. So I miss you.
I miss you too. It's good to see your face. I think that this whole thing is hard on everyone. We do talk a lot, but it's not the same, is it?
No, it's not. It's strange times, crazy times. I'll start with the obvious question, which is, in your four walls, how's it going?
it's myself and my husband and our golden retriever, and it's a little different the way we're all working together. But it's kind of been good to have new connections and new interaction. Let's see how it goes between now and the end of the month.
Yeah, exactly. We still have a few weeks left, and I've said this to others that the forced connectivity, I'm hoping, will be a positive byproduct at the end of all this. So the reason that
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure we had this time together was to talk about one of the initiatives and programs which you really have taken the lead on, and that's our emergency management outreach program. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that and what the goals and objectives of the program are?
Right. So we developed this communication system, a call system, to reach out to our seniors and disabled residents. It is an opportunity to give them assistance and information. I'm working with Committeeman Adam Wingate and Captain Brian Bartholomew, who's the coordinator of our emergency management operation. And all of the things we're doing are under the umbrella of the Harrison Township Emergency Management Operation. And it's coming along. Currently we have 17 volunteers calling about 430 residents. And in addition to that, we have around 10 volunteers ready to help pick up pre-ordered groceries or prescriptions. We really don't know what may come up, and we're ready to just try to meet a senior and disabled needs as they arise.
Wow. So, part of this was, I know when we first talked about it and you were brainchilding it, how would it get started and what the process would be. And you ended up deciding on a phone call contact process as opposed to maybe, email or other social media avenues that we have available, considering we have such a robust platform. Why was that?
We really do have a lot of communication mechanisms that we're using, especially right now. But I've worked with the 55 plus active adults for the a great group, for the last few years, and they've taught me that seniors prefer paper and like letters, printed calendars, and phone calls to emails. And there is a percentage of seniors in our community that they don't have a computer or a smartphone. So we chose a phone system, and it's good to connect and talk to people. I think there's an added intangible benefit to just communicating and reaching out. We're getting a lot of information. Some of our volunteers are getting phone calls more than, they're just getting phone calls just to say hi and talk. Right. So I think that part's working very well.
Yeah. The lost art of actual personal communication, interesting how I think that in this case it does play well. So that's great. One question that I did have from, a couple of people asked me when this got rolled out, and I'll ask you now to answer it, was the list, which you mentioned now is over 400 people. How was that initially compiled, and how can someone, if they're not on that list, get added to it?
So in the beginning of this whole crisis, we did not have a list, and we compiled a community list, the 55 plus active adult list. We got some more names and numbers from the Historical Society membership. Their board gave us those, and other resources that we put together. Is it complete? Are we reaching everyone we'd like to reach? No, probably not. No. But so you can still be added to the list or add somebody else that you think you'd just like somebody to call them and check on them. And to do that, you just go to our website, our township website, click on the 211, and I want to talk about 211 for a second too, 211 icon there, and it'll take you to a form, very simple form, and you just fill it out, submit it, and that goes right to us, and we add the person to the list. The 211, you just register ready is another one. You can sign on if somebody has a special medical need, for instance, like let's say they need oxygen, they need a wheelchair, they would need assistance. And some of the wording of some of these forms is for an evacuation. They were originally intended for, like, a hurricane. But you fill that out, and then our first responders know that you need special assistance. It's a very good idea just in life in general to be on that list if you feel you need to be there. So that's how we came up with our list. It's we're fine-tuning it every day almost.
Great. The other question, just for clarification, that I've had come to me is, so you mentioned you have 17 people that have made these phone calls and a team of maybe 10 or so people that would serve as drivers. So the process would be, theoretically, someone needs, say, groceries at ShopRite, or a medication or prescription filled at Rite Aid, CVS. They would call that store and place their order like they normally would and pay for it over the phone, whatever that process would be. And then based on a contact or call to your team, then someone on that team would actually go and make the pickup and delivery for them. Is that right?
That's exactly right. That is the way we've set it up. And again, we understand that ShopRite and some of the local stores are under a lot of stress right now with their online. There's such a demand.
Sure.
But we'll keep working out details to get people to we just want to make sure people are taken care of. So so far it's been working. Let's see how it goes in the next few weeks.
Right. Well, I know I speak really for the entire community when I say thank you for everything you're doing through this crisis. I know that you and the rest of our team, the other committee members, know that the feedback we're getting for this connectivity that we're initiating is paramount. I mean, people are feeling the anxiety is lessened slightly because the reality of the virus is what it is, and we have to deal with it. So I want to thank you for your part in this. You're playing a big role. I know that everybody appreciates it. And anything you'd like to say before we go?
Yeah, well, I thank you so much for saying that. That's very generous of you. I'm just doing my part. And you and I talk about it all the time, what our team is. And it really is. There's the 5 committeemen, our employees, and our volunteers. We're all working together, every one of us. I don't think people really, they don't know how often we are working together right now. Especially you're doing a great deal of communication, and you're just trying to help everybody you can, and we all are. So thank you very much. You're doing an excellent job. And I'm just, as I said, just doing my part, but thank you.
Appreciate it. So I'll end with the continued message to everybody listening. Stick to the social distancing protocols, stay at home. We've got a little bit more time to, have our foot, our pedal to the metal on this, but we will get through this.
Yeah.
No, we will. We'll get through it together because we are Harrison Strong.
Harrison Strong. You're right.
See you soon.